going to take an unforgettable journey. Viewer discretion is advised. The incredible Singh.
Sat Sri Akal Ji, Sat Sri Akal Ji, oh, Sat Sri Akal Ji. This is the one, the only, the incredible Singh. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode number 71. This show is about things that affect us because everything affects us differently. I hope I can deliver some insight, enlighten you in a positive way, and help you get motivated for life. Being healthy and fit has become a big part of my life, so I'll share some tips with you that I continuously attempt to follow, and I hope you do too. So let's get right into it here. Summer has been pretty great so far. It's been manageable weather and not too hot, not too cold. Just, doing my thing, stopping to smell the roses. Been a little bit busy, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't been able to do the show weekly. So I do apologize for not doing a weekly here, but that's sort of what I kind of want to do. But, life happens, routine happens, and off you kind of go with your thing, get busy with other things. It's kind of heat. So as a result, it's been a little bit hard to keep up with the music, but mainly, honestly, like when I have time, I just end up watching Netflix instead. There's like some shows and stuff like that. Anyway, so I want to get away from that. I won't talk about Netflix. You guys watch your own shows anyways. But I'm going to talk about my favorite top 3 songs this week, which are sung by the Landers, Deep Jandu, and Ammy Virk. So these are some amazing, talented artists that I'll be talking about a little bit later on. So who's it going to be this week? Who is going to be the Incredible Singh's song in 60 seconds this week? You got to stay tuned to find out for that. But let's start off with last week's song in 60 seconds by Malkit Singh, Yo Yo Honey Singh, Gurnal Ishq Mitha, the Yo Yo remake. Alright, it's time for the incredible health tip of the week. The secret of stretching is what I'm going to be talking about this time. When you stretch, ease your body into position until you feel the stretch and hold it for like 25-30 seconds or so. Breathe deeply to help your body move oxygen-rich blood. I can't stress this enough. Oxygen-rich blood to those sore muscles. Don't bounce. Don't force yourself into uncomfortable positions. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna not feel so good. You're not gonna get a proper stretch. On that note, let's not deal with that kind of poison. Let's deal with a different kind of poison. Siddhu Moosewala, R-Nait, the Kid, with Poison, right here on the Incredible Livecast. So a couple of weeks ago, I left you guys with the 50-50 weekend. For what exactly happened? So first of all, what is the 50-50 weekend? So it's a weekend fundraiser that the Hand on Back Society has been working on for several years and worked on it with the Ride to Survive, worked on it with Heart and Stroke, and this time around it was with the Canadian Cancer Society at the Superstore in Surrey. So there's 3 guys that went up and lived on a scissor lift platform for 50 hours, 50 feet in the air, and the goal was to hit $50,000. So absolutely amazing amount of money to get to. Like to me, it's a little bit mind-blowing to be able to get to that point in terms of amount of money, but we did it. We did it. We hit 55K. Over 100,000 people were willing to donate some money. So that's actually pretty fantastic to hear that, not only in person but online. It was absolutely fantastic. So I was there for the 3 days. Honestly, I haven't done events in a while, so for me it was very draining but very satisfying, very fulfilling as well. And the first night that we were there, setting everything up on the Friday afternoon, I got there a little bit later in the day, and just all the work that had to be done to set everything up, it's a lot of work. You have to get the crane ready, you have to put all the posters up, you have to set up all the tables, all the tents, and put everything all together. All the sound equipment had to be put together and everything as well. We'd had to have a setup for, the count and whatnot. So we got all that set up, and literally I think it was about 3.5, 4 hours in, I was like, oh my goodness, like how am I gonna make it through the 50 hours here? So I don't stay there for the night, only the main 3 guys. We had security that was there as well, so that was fantastic. They covered the night shift when there's nobody there, there's nobody coming out and donating at that time. When the store is closed, there's nobody really in the parking lot, nobody's there to hang out just in general anyways. So that was sort of that. But after day 1, we ended up with about 6,700 at the end of day 1. Saturday was the next day. That day was absolutely phenomenal. So many people came out, so many people willing to open up their wallets and donate generously. It was absolutely fantastic to see. We were on the radio, we were on TV, Sanja TV. Did an amazing job supporting and providing live camera feeds as well. It was all over Facebook, social media. It was absolutely fantastic. There was a photo booth that was set up. There was free food that was donated. Everything that was part of the event was donated. Nobody had to pay for anything. It was all generously donated. There was pizza that was donated. Individual people went and bought Tim Hortons and Subway and all this other stuff to support the volunteers that were there. There were more volunteers coming on the Saturday and the Sunday. It was pretty amazing to see. At the end of the Saturday, we had crossed $30,000. That was the first time that we ever hit that amount of money in such a short amount of time, and we were just like ecstatic. I was hoping to hit 35 to make it a little bit easier on the Sunday, but just cracking 30 crate was absolutely amazing. So Sunday comes around, it starts raining. We're all like, oh my goodness, are we even gonna make it? And this and that. Everybody's like scared or whatever. But literally it came down to the wire at the very last second. It was 4 o'clock. I was sitting at $49,200 something for the count. And we all of a sudden got phone calls and messages saying, hey, we're gonna donate. Well, when we actually did the count all together, we were sitting at 52,000 at the end of that afternoon at 4:15 I think it was when they officially came down, 4:20 something like that, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I never thought in my wildest dreams that we would hit $50,000 with a fundraiser like this. And Dr. Purji, he was one of the guys that went up. Absolutely amazing speaker. He basically was able to hold his own on the mic, which is pretty fantastic. I learned a lot about the guy. He's on the radio and whatnot as well. I actually never heard of him before, so to me it's completely brand new, but apparently he's pretty huge in the Punjabi community. And then Officer Sunny Kainth was part of that whole thing as well. So he went up. He's done that before a few times, so that was actually pretty cool to see him do it again and go up, and he's very well versed on the mic as well, so it was pretty fantastic to see him. And A1 Sports, Amarjit Dadwar, A1 uncle, absolutely amazing. I was talking to one of his daughters over the weekend while we were doing the whole thing, setting everything up, and like, I obviously as a parent, she's gonna see him a little bit differently, but I only see him from one perspective, and every time I see this guy, he's always risen to the occasion. He is always clutch, and that's exactly what he was for this one as well. So he made sure that even though he was 50 feet in the air, he was also assisting and helping with all the volunteers, making sure he's delegating the right people to do the right things. All the volunteers were fed, all the money was being collected, all the other additional volunteers that came in, they were supported as well. The Canadian Cancer Society was supported. They had their volunteers as well, making sure everything's all set up with Sanja TV, the photo booth that was set up, all the food and the vendors that were coming out. Now, funny thing, on the Saturday night, I had a dream. Yeah, no Martin Luther King thing, but I had a dream that I'm like, you know what? The next fundraiser that we do, we got to get a food truck. You know what happened Sunday morning? That's exactly what showed up. Sunday morning I came in and there was a food truck already there. So I was like, you know what, my dream's already coming true. We don't have to wait till the following fundraiser. We're gonna get this done now. So that was actually really cool as well. So whoever came out supported is really fantastic. But you know, a huge shout out to any celebrity, any person who is part of the music industry that came out that supported, and especially I was there for this at this time, so that's why I'm pretty proud about this as well. Special shout out to Malkit for making it out. He said a few special words. He donated some money as well to the cause. So I'm really excited and really appreciative that, you know, he came out and supported the cause, supported the event. I ended up getting a picture with the guy as well. And, you know, it was nice to talk to him for a couple moments there while he was there. He wasn't there for very long. I guess, obviously, he's busy doing his own thing. But, you know, it was absolutely amazing for him to come out and support the event. So really appreciate the fact that he came out. So on that note, I'm going to play some Malkit song here for you. One of my favorite songs is Gala Mirtiyan. So I'm going to play that right here for you guys right now on the Incredible Livecast. Alright guys, it's time for the incredible fitness tip of the week. Display your results. Whether it's pounds you've lost, yeah, I've done it. Or how many times you've worked out this week, yeah, I've done it. Or a picture of you showing off your results, yes, I've done that too. Display it to motivate yourself and keep it up, and hopefully encourage someone else to start as well. I know that some of my posts have encouraged other people. I've gotten messages about that as well. So I hope you guys do the same thing. You know, keep yourself accountable, keep yourself growing. And on that note, Jiyonde Roh Punjabiyo. I'm going to play that song right now. DCS, baby! Right here on the Incredible Livecast. Oh, main kya ji kidda? Alright, it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's the top 3 songs that I picked this week. The first song is by Ammy Virk, Wang da Naap. This is a fantastic track. I honestly think this is a killer track. I love the beat, and Ammy Virk is working the Bollywood scene hard. So I'm really enjoying the stuff that he's doing. I don't watch any of the movies, honestly. I just don't. But the music that he's putting out and the vibe that he's putting out there is absolutely fantastic. So I'll play a little bit of a clip of that so you guys can take a listen. The next song is Pagol by Jandu. I love saying it like that. With Bohemia. This is a dark and energetic track. Jandu has such an amazing voice, and the cameo appearance that Bohemia brings with this collaboration brings it off the charts impressive. And that female, actually I don't know the name of the girl that was doing the vocals there for the Pagol, Are Pagol Hoy, something, whatever she says. But I thought that just like it just made it. It just made it that good. So that's the second track that I'll play for you. And the third track is by the Landers called Morniyee. And the kid is actually the one that put the music together. This guy, he's doing a really amazing job. So this song, it sounds very familiar, but it's totally fresh at the same time. And Davy from the Landers, he definitely rocks the vocals. So here we go. I'm going to play those 3 tracks, and I'll let you know what my favorite song is on the other side. Yo, this is the one, the only, the incredible Singh, and this week's song in 60 seconds goes to the Landers, Morniyee. Davy from the Landers has a wicked voice to deliver high impact on the vocals done by King Ricky. The kid is absolutely no joke. He created a magical and timeless piece utilizing 90s hip-hop feel with a familiar tabla sample, throwing in a modern twist. Rahul Chahal directs a simple-looking yet classic video, and Kamal Hans does a fantastic job to lead the guy on all the way home to meet what appears to be her husband and child. Anyways, this track is fantastic, so I hope you guys are loving that as much as I do, and that's why Morniyee is this week's song in 60 seconds. Alright guys, let's talk about the Landers in this week's Artist Spotlight. Let's talk about Davy Singh, Sukkaror, which is technically Sukhwinder Singh Karor, and Guri Singh. Guri and Sukh knew each other before they even started doing anything. They completed school in Chandigarh, but they found each other through Bhangra as they joined forces on the Khalsa team to win competitions. Davy was actually the last one to join after he enrolled at Khalsa College to sing Bolia for the team. He's got a pretty fantastic voice, so yeah, it totally makes sense for that to happen there. As their friendship blossomed, they learned more about each other. Sukh became the writer, while Guri and Davy focused on the singing. To get their name out there, they attended a bunch of functions, hoping to be able to perform, as they always received praise for their skills. So, some of them they got to perform, some of them they didn't. Their success and aspirations led them to Sony Music India, where they received the best criticism and feedback about their shows, their singing, and their musical abilities. Instead of performing individually and having their own individual thing, they said, why don't you guys do it all together? So after they thought about all that, the result was to continue working together, as they have been. And for their first official song, it was called The Landers, which led them to use that for their name. And I wrote down here, Zameen Te Jode Hoye. Oh yeah, that's what The Landers mean. Zameen Te Jode Hoye. I was like, what am I writing here? But you can't just call them Landers. It's got to be The Landers, okay? So make sure you get it right. People in India loved that song when it first came out in January 2016, but even when I hear the song now, it's still not really for me. 2016 was a huge year for the Landers as they released another song from the breakthrough album King Queen, becoming an instant hit group. But how long is this going to last is my question. Since they were friends before their success has been because of their friendship. So this is definitely an equation that I think will last for a very long time. So what got me to finally pay attention to these guys is when they released Download with Galed Akhtar. I'm a huge fan of her music as well. This was back in November 2018. The music and the execution of the lyrics is playful as they played to their strengths and rocked it out. And that's why I'm going to play that song for you guys right here, right now on the incredible Livecast. So Larry Wingett, who is this guy? We don't know. He has this to say: nobody ever wrote down a plan to be broke, fat, lazy, or stupid. Those things are what happen when you don't have a plan. The whole point is you got to do something to improve yourself. Choose a healthier meal, go to the gym, pick up a book, or do something that will lead you to your benefit of education or a sense of accomplishment. And if you need it, use a recognition tool like some sort of social media. Like I was saying earlier on, post your stuff on social media, do what you're doing that educates other people, hopefully motivates somebody else, and hopefully you get some comments and whatnot as well. So keep doing what you're doing. But I'm going to play this track. I've been wanting to play this track for a while. I couldn't find the right spot, but here it is. I'm just going to play it now. It's by Gurdas Mann, Ishq Di Mari. Ishq Di Mari be mein tali ho gayi. Maybe I shouldn't sing. Maybe I will. Ishq Di Mari be mein tali ho gayi. So guys, I went to the Woodland Park Zoo, last week or a week and a half ago, something like that, and it was absolutely amazing. We ended up, a group of us ended up going, we ended up hitting up the Denny's in Bellingham, and then we drove from there down to the Woodland Park Zoo. Needless to say, the Denny's in Canada is different than the Denny's in USA. I'll just leave it at that. And this is the coffee was... And so we didn't really have a good wake up at that point, but we kept trekking on, went to the Woodland Park Zoo. We checked everything out. It was absolutely fantastic. Saw all the different animals. We saw the southern pudu, which is actually a real animal. So if you search it, it's southern. You can spell southern, and pudu, P-U-D-U. Check it out. And I want to hear what you have to say about that. But we got some pictures with the sign. It just looks like another animal. I don't even know how to describe it really over this here. But it's just another animal. And we ended up seeing a bunch of other things. We saw some bugs and snakes, and we saw some birds. We saw some penguins. Actually, that was actually really neat to see. It's hot outside, but we got penguins running around up in here, right? So that was actually really cool. The whole point I'm trying to say is, like, you got to enjoy the summer. You got to do your thing, have some fun. You got to make special memories. They're just not going to just magically just happen. So at the end of the day, my feet were hurting, my back were hurting, and everybody else was kind of complaining about their feet and whatnot. But you know, honestly, nobody complained about the actual trip itself. It was so cool because, you know, I guess it's the part where our feet were hurting is not only because we were walking around all day, but we ended up, well, except for me, I didn't have any wine. No. Because it's canned wine, first of all. It's canned wine. Everybody went to town on the canned wine. I was like, yeah, no. None for me. I'll stick with cold water. Thank you very much. And so everybody else had some wine. And I always enjoy to dance no matter what anyways, regardless of alcohol or not. But yeah, so while we're in the park, Bollywood music starts playing, and we started dancing, started singing the lyrics and all that sort of thing. It was absolutely hilarious. If we were allowed to share those videos, what happened at Woodland Park Zoo is going to stay at the Woodland Park Zoo. I'm not going to post any videos, but it was pretty hilarious when we started dancing and started ripping it up. People were looking at us like, what's wrong with these people? They started watching us instead of looking at the animals, so that was kind of funny. The lion I didn't get to see. Unfortunately, I wanted to see that, but I did see the Komodo dragon. That was actually really cool to see. It was obviously caged off, and we couldn't really do that. But I got a picture with a statue of a Komodo dragon, so that was kind of neat. What else happened that day? Oh yeah, then at the end of the day, one of the families, they had to go, so that was all right. But we ended up going to the Olive Garden to finish off the night. We went there, we ate, had a great time, had a few laughs and whatnot. And then I saw there was a dessert. The dessert was a chocolate lasagna 8-layer cake. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have it. Forget the diet. Like, I'm going all in on this one. So I grabbed the cake. I was like, you know what? I'm so full from everything else that I ate today that I'll take it home and maybe I'll eat like half or something. It was so good. I ate the whole thing. Like, I couldn't even stop myself to not eat anymore. I was completely full to here, up to my neck, and I'm still stuffing my face with the cake. It was a pretty epic scene. But anyways, that cake was so good. Like I said, the point is, you gotta make special memories. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just sit on your butt. You can't sit at home, just wait for something to happen. You gotta make something happen. So we put it out there. Let's go to the Woodland Park Zoo. We made it happen. We had a great time. I hope you guys do something as well. P&E's coming up here close to an end, so maybe, I don't know, I might go, might not, I don't know, I haven't really decided on that just yet. But I hope you go. Definitely check it out. I mean, it's close enough that you can definitely hit it up this week or next week. I think next weekend's the last weekend here. So definitely do that. I know your feet might hurt a little bit, but that's okay. I've got a great song for you to listen to with regards to that by Manak-E, one of my favorites, right here, right now. Kendi meri pair do kade. Alright guys, be sure to hit me up on all my social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Mixcloud. And I'm on Snapchat now as well. So I have it, I don't really use it. It's just there, but yeah, I have it. But yeah, send your comments my way, theincrediblesing@hotmail.com. Let's keep the music going here with Dr. Zeus, Jazzy B, and Core B. Mitha on the boot. Alright guys, it's time for the end of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed episode number 71. There's a heat wave coming, and I feel it right in here in my chest. Actually, I just checked the weather forecast, and I saw that there's a bit of a heat wave. It's going to be like 27, 28 degrees. That's a heat wave over here. I'm very happy with that. Anything over 30 is too much for me, but that's just, that's just me anyways. But I hope you guys enjoy. Stay positive, stay focused, and stay blessed. Peace out, guys.